Hi, it's Mark Bossert from Top Local Lead Generation. We're here today with Josh Bowie. He's an award-winning wedding photographer here in Vancouver, BC. How are you doing today, Josh?
Good, Mark. Thanks.
So we're talking about how to get the best wedding photos. I guess based really around how your planning is ahead of time. So, Josh, how long do you need with the wedding party while they're getting ready?
Usually, the first hour, or the last hour they're getting ready is enough time for me. I don't think anyone wants me to be there from, the first touch of makeup and kind of hanging around for a couple of hours. So, but just enough time to, document, who's there. You can see kind of the photos with the bridal party hanging out and everyone kind of, before they have their dress on and their gear on. And it's just nice to document those shots. And they're probably not photos you're going to blow up and hang on your wall, but they're nice shots to have, I think, and especially if you're going to make a book or something, they're photos that are nice to have. So usually the last hour is a nice amount of time, just kind of the last touches of everything, and just before they're putting on the dress, and so it's usually a nice amount of time.
So I guess that really sets the scene for the couple to remember the whole day, not just whatever sticks out of as far as the great or the bad of the day. So how long do you need for the formal photos with the bridal party?
Usually about an hour, hour and a half is a nice amount of time. It depends a little bit on the scheduling of the day, and if you have more than one location, then you have to kind of factor in travel time as well. So that's the main variable, I guess, is how many locations do you have, how much time do you need to move everyone around between these locations. But if you just have one or two locations, about an hour, hour and a half is a nice amount of time to not feel rushed, and that's you don't want to feel rushed. That's you get the best shots when you have time to really settle into it, and um, you know not be pressured, I guess, with time pressures. So about an hour, hour and a half is a good amount of time.
So where do you stand on doing the formal photos? Should it be before the ceremony or after?
It's really a personal preference. In the past couple of years, it's become much more popular to shoot them before the ceremony. The benefits are basically that you don't have your guests kind of hanging out, waiting around for a couple hours while you're out doing photos. That's the main benefit, and then also you don't lose that time with your guests. Where you could be hanging out with them, but instead you're out doing photos. So it's become a lot more popular to do them beforehand, and people usually will stage a first look, we'll call it, and it kind of replicates that moment where you see each other for the first time. So it's a nice way to do it. You have a first look, and then you kind of have the amount of time for the photos, and then move into the ceremony after that.
So when do you leave in the evening? When's it all done?
Well, I usually, I'm more of a photojournalist or documentary style photographer, so I want to be there for anything of significance. If there's a first dance in the evening or a cake cutting, I want to be there to document all of that stuff. So, ideally I'll be there for anything of significance, and once it's just dancing for the rest of the night, then it's fun for me to get, a few shots of everyone dancing, and after that it becomes repetitive pretty quickly, and it's best just to leave it to the iPhone. So, usually once anything of significance I want to be there for, and once the dancing starts, then 10 or 15 minutes of that is enough time for me to get a feel for it, and then I leave the party to the guests.
Awesome. So Josh, you've been doing this for a long time. We really appreciate your tips on this. We're going to be doing this on a weekly basis. So, if you want more tips about how to make sure that you get the best photos for your wedding, come and see us next week. We've been talking with Josh Bowie from bowieweddingphotography.ca. You can get a hold of him at 604-897-7689. Thanks a lot, Josh.
Thanks, Mark.